Hello, today is February 12th, 2026. We're doing good. It's gonna be a shorter video than the past couple days because I got a few things to do later today and I'm gonna be kind of really busy tomorrow. But today about, we're probably gonna talk about criminals. I don't know. I think the criminal underclass in our society is getting, oh wait, no, that's the bear. Oh wait, no. Oh God. We have a big criminal underclass right now in the country, and we have a bunch of our own criminals, which doesn't help at all. But we're just not dealing with criminals right. I've seen it with a bunch of liberal prosecutors. We've seen how they let them off with lighter sentences and lighter warnings. Oh God. And it's kind of frustrating. I don't know. I personally, I think criminals should live in complete and total fear of the common man, because they don't add anything to our society. They often detract from us, and this includes, before anybody tries to make it, ooh, oh God, before anybody tries to make it political or some bullshit. No, it involves all sides. If you're a criminal, even if you're the president or you're a senator or whatever, you should still be dealt with in the same way as all other criminals are, which is immediate and total destruction of your life, your property, and everything you can do, because you are a threat to the common man. You make life for everybody worse, and I don't see why we don't deal with them in more destructive, effective ways, or in harsher punishments upon criminals. I think mandatory sentencing is not enough. It should be maximum sentencing every time. There should never be there should never be a reprisal for a criminal at any point, an underclass or anything. If they want to work, by the way, I think the only benefits we should truly give them is the ability to work in prison, because that benefits society and it can give us back resources and actually make it worthwhile for them to be there instead of just having keeping them to keep them. I don't know. Oh, I was already up here. It's just really frustrating to see, especially in my state, how pitiful we deal with criminals. They just release them out on the street after 9 felonies to go beat up another single mother. It's like, my God, it's a damn shame. Let me tell you what. I truly wish that we would create much harsher punishments for criminals and almost never let them out. I don't know. I feel like the only people that you can really rehabilitate are financial crimes and petty crimes. Anything past that, you've proven that you're kind of this broken animal willing to hurt and abuse everybody around you. And I don't know. As a criminal, I don't even really see you as a person. I see you as an animal that's incapable of handling their emotions. And you lash out and harm the people around you. So, personally, I think we really need some reform on the criminal justice system. Not only does it need to be much harsher, but it needs to be much less lenient on people. All these people, I've seen it so many times in these stupid, and by the way, cashless bail in California is probably the most retarded thing I've ever heard of in my fucking life. But when people come out and they're harming the common citizen and they're making life worse for everybody around them, I don't understand why we even let them live or deal with them. After like 3 to 5 felonies, they should probably just put you down or put you in the coal mine for the rest of your life. It's just not worthwhile keeping you around, especially when you're a danger to everybody and anybody around you. And not only, if we had harsher punishments and less lenient sentences, would crime go down, because people would use their brain for a moment and think, okay, well, if I commit this crime, I'm going to prison for 30 years. Nobody wants that. That's going to make people truly rethink. I mean, obviously, you'll never get rid of crime. There will always be some level of crime. It's just kind of how it is. It's been that way through all of history. I don't really expect it to change anytime soon. Come on. No matter what I believe, no matter what I wish for people, I don't truly think that oh God. Well, he killed those two for me, thanks. Most criminals just are completely unrehabilitatable. We've seen that in the recidivism rates. We've seen that in the criminal population within jails and prisons. We've seen it with people across the world. Across the world, the recidivism rate is horrible. There's only a few countries where it's not selectively bad, and that's often a more socialist country like Finland or Norway or Sweden. But even now, they're having problems because they import a bajillion migrants into their country, and then those criminals, they abuse the linear sentences and the less harsh penalties. I don't know. Any illegal immigrant crime or immigrant crime should be a net zero. It shouldn't even happen. So the fact that it's happening is kind of a shame on the criminal justice system. But unless you're illegal. When I say legal immigrant, you're not even an immigrant at that point. You're an American citizen. So take that with a grain of salt. If I say you're a legal immigrant or you're an immigrant that's meant to be here, that means you're an American citizen. It doesn't mean you're one of these illegals that broke in, that passed by through our justice system without any sort of us checking who you are and how to deal with you. But yeah, I don't know. Criminals have always they just been getting worse and worse recently. I couldn't imagine somebody with like 50 felonies like that one guy in California on the train doing all the problems without yeah, give me your thing, please. It's just it's just annoying. I don't know. The common man, the longer they go on and the longer they have to deal with these horrible criminals, it makes people not want to go outside. It makes people not want to work hard because a criminal could just take your life at any point or harm your children or your family. People start moving away from areas because of high crime, and then you have net loss of taxpayers and net loss of bonuses, and a lot of it's called white flight nowadays. But hey, who's doing most of the crime? Still white people, yes, but per capita, not white people. So that's why we have such a term, and we really need to get it fixed. It's so annoying. It's so annoying to see happen because in my head, I've always seen criminals should just be immediately automatically dealt with the harshest sentence they can possibly receive. They should not be given a chance often to repent for their crimes or invest into society because they're worthless criminals that are just going to harm people again. We've seen it time and time again. I don't know. We have a big mega prison out here where I live, and every day I wish they would just execute every person in there because none of them are going to be worthwhile to society. None of them are going to be productive members when they get out. Most of them won't even ever give out. Like life sentences, that's a waste of time. A waste of time and taxpayer money. You know what a life sentence should be? An execution. That's what a life sentence should be. But I don't know. It's just there's so many stupid things going on with the justice system. We got rid of public executions, and people started acting like fool everywhere across the nation. And I don't know how we're gonna solve it because these people, without any sort of incentive to not do a crime, these people are just gonna keep committing the problems. They're gonna keep harming people. They're gonna keep harming not only the average citizen, but they harm our taxes, they harm our social programs, they harm our all types of problems. It's just I don't know. It's really sad to see. I mean, I get it. Most of the problems truly are from liberal states or liberal areas because the DAs in those areas seem to just let people go, which I don't really understand why. It's just such a waste. And don't get me wrong, obviously some people can recover. Some people can come back from and become a better citizen once they're criminals. Some people can truly turn their life around, but it's so rare nowadays. And I see it happen less and less and less as time goes on, and it's just such a shame. Why even allow these people out back into society when we know they're going to harm the average citizen? Do you really want your grandma or your mom or your sisters or your brothers or your dads or anybody out and about when there's so many criminals that are running around harming people? Of course not. It's a joke. I don't know. It's such a shame. It's such a shame because these people, they don't care about you. They will kill you for nothing but the money you have, and they'll take your car. They'll crash it out 10 blocks away into a building and then get out. to gain nothing as a benefit but a small moment of joy. And it's like, why are these people allowed to live? Why are these people allowed to procreate or be around us? Why aren't they just taken out of the gene pool for being complete worthless dredges on society that are harming us? And I don't know. There's so many stupid people around me that keep fighting for criminal rights or criminal prosecution to be lowered or bullshit like that. And it's just, why don't you fight for your own family? Why don't you fight for people to be safe? Why don't you fight for your community to be safer? Are you a fucking criminal? Is that why you're fighting for them? Because you're a worthless piece of shit too? Like that's truly how I think, and I've started talking to people like that in real life. If when they're criminals or when they're trying to fight for criminals, I start bringing up the most horrendous situations, the most horrendous facts, the most in-your-face arguments that I possibly can, because I just want to get it across to them that you aren't fighting for the common man. You're not fighting for this country to be a better place when you try to help criminals. You're fighting to make this country a worse place every single time. And we see it in California, and we see it in New York, and we see it in Minnesota, and we see it in fuck, we see it a lot in Colorado. Let me tell you what. And this place is becoming worse and worse because of that. You know, especially when they put the stupid ass sanctuary city laws. That shit pisses me off more than anything else we have because that is a true law that only supports criminals. There's no benefit to any person besides a criminal for sanctuary city laws, not even for a moment. And that shit is so annoying. Because what is the point of putting a law on the book if it's meant to help criminals? Like, isn't that the whole point of law is to harm, punish, and retaliate against criminals to keep us a just and moral society? Like, I don't know. It's just, what do you really say, right? When somebody's such a fucking loon, they're supporting and actively fighting for criminal rights. It's just, I don't know what to tell you. Especially the people in the supermax, those people need to go. Not a single one of them should be left alive. Do you really think anybody in a supermax prison is a worthwhile citizen that's going to make this country better? Fuck no, they ain't. They're always harming us. We got the freaking, oh god, we got bombers there, we got terrorists there, we got mass murderers there, and for what? Oh god, like, why do we need to keep them around? And nobody is capable of arguing that against me. Everybody always talks about human rights. Well, guess what? You don't have any rights as a criminal in my eye. You're not a human anymore. You're a piece of shit. You are continuously harming society, and you don't deserve any of the rights you're given. Especially when you're a felon. That's when all of your rights need to disappear, and you just need to be owned by the state. And I get how that can be abused, but my God, I am so sick and tired of watching criminals harm people in our society and harm people in my community and make things worse. And then they just get away with it. They get a lenient sentence. They get back out on the street, no cash bail or low cash bail or fucking minimum sentences. It's that shit pisses me off more than anything in life. If you want to get me riled up about something, get me start talking about criminals. You're gonna hear the most. I like to say I'm the only moderate radical. I'm like the moderate radical. That criminals and healthcare are the two things where I become a true radical. And my radicalization, it goes in opposite ways. I am a harshest, most true traditional conservative when it comes to criminals, and maybe even more than that. I'm probably extreme far right on criminal justice. But then it comes to healthcare, I am extreme far left, and it needs to be universal. So there's your two radical opinions there from me. But my goodness, it pisses me off to see that these people even get to participate in our society after they start harming people. I see the worst crimes imaginable time and time again on social media, and it maybe I need to get off social media for a bit, but my goodness, I hate seeing that shit. And every time I see those criminals get let go for a lenient sentence or for some bullshit reason because a DA is doing some stupid political crap where they think, oh, we got to reform the criminal. We don't got to reform the criminal. We got to punish the criminal harshly, thoroughly, leave them in a state of complete destruction. You want me to care about a criminal? Hell no. I only care about one group of people, the non-criminal people class, the normal average citizen. That's all I care about. I do not give a single shit about any criminal's life, any criminal's being. They could, I don't know. I would make an exception for slavery for criminals, truly and utterly. That's how much I hate criminals. That's how much I want them to be gone out of our society, because they just keep hurting people over and over and over again. And there's no benefit to allowing them to roam. There's no benefit to keeping them alive besides maybe labor. There's no benefit to, and I don't care about, your family members are criminal. I'm sorry, they got to go. Unless they did some petty crime or it's like some financial crime, maybe we can reform you. All right, I'll give any misdemeanors, anything less than a felony. Yeah, maybe we could turn you around. You start getting felonies, you start getting multiple felonies, you need to go. You need to be put down in the ground right then and there. There's no point in trying to rehabilitate these people. They don't want to often be rehabilitated. They get released back into the environment and they just keep committing more crime. How am I supposed to care or empathize with these worthless dredges on society when they are actively making everything worse for us as the Commonwealth? And then they raise my taxes because these worthless pieces of shit get to sit in a criminal cell. They get 3 meals a day. They get to read. They get internet access when they should be put in the ground as fertilizer for our growth plants. It's so ridiculous to see. I hate that shit. I hate it so much. It's my biggest complaint about. It's probably why I'm gonna leave Colorado is the criminal justice laws. And then on top of that, they try to take away handguns from you. So, women can't defend themselves. You just want women to get abused and raped and beat up because they can't have handguns. Then once they take the handguns, they go for pepper spray. Once they go for pepper spray, they go for personal knives or fucking defensive weapons. It's just going to be like Britain. It's going to be the same stupid liberal policies that are going to push us over. And, and man, I don't know. Truly, I don't understand why our criminal justice system isn't just cracked down so tremendously hard on these people that they live in constant, never-ending fear that we, the people, and the police will crack down on them so hard that their life will be over. I truly wish that criminals could live in fear every single day so that the common man could live in peace. And that's probably the most radical take I have. And I don't even think it's that radical. I think that's a common sense take. I think publicly executing the worst of the worst, the terrorists, the mass murders, the child rapists, that would put people back in line where they need to be. I don't know. Maybe I sound a little crazy. Maybe I sound a little pissed off. But yeah, I am pissed off because people's lives are being ruined every day by this stupid shit. And that fat, smug fucking prick is going to sit on her ass in the DA office and do fucking nothing for this state once again and just continue to make it worse and worse and worse for a criminal underclass. It's like, how am I even supposed to take this seriously for a moment? How am I supposed to look at you as a smart individual when you're fighting for the least worthwhile people in our society, the bottom of the barrel, trash criminal scum that deserve nothing from us. It's just, oh god, there's 4 of them in here. Ow, fuck. Oh god, what is going on in this room? I was hoping he could kill him by dropping on him, but it doesn't seem he does. Oh god. Hold on. We're gonna try and lure him away and slowly pick him off. Oh, fucking bitch. Why is he's just sitting there? Huh? Hold on. Okay, okay, hold on. Come at me, graveyard dog. You're gonna be way less worse when you don't have all these other assholes in the room with you. Unless I goof it. Okay, unless I goof the timing on that attack like 3 times in a row. You're not stunned? There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Criminals really just have no place in our society, and I wish we would be so much harsher on them. So harsh, in fact, that they never would want to commit a crime, ever, ever, ever. They're afraid to commit crime. That's what I truly want at the end of the day. I want you so afraid to commit a crime you never will in your entire life. Yeah, screw it. You had a bunch of summon bonuses in the room. Why can't I have a bunch of summon bonuses in the room? You know what I'm saying? Screw that. I'm not gonna deal with it. You got 4 guys? I'll take 2. Little wanker. But yeah, that was easy. I don't know. I hate criminals. Truly, totally, and entirely hate criminals. There's nothing I would want more. You know, I might even care more about punishing criminals than I do giving you good health care. That's how much I truly think it affects society in such a inexcusable way, by the way. Goodbye. It's just I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of my rant for today. Just complete hatred towards criminals, complete hatred towards the disgusting trash individuals in our society that don't deserve to be here anymore. And I truly hope the people in my state, at some point, rise up and realize that these people are going to keep hurting us. These people are going to keep making our life worse consistently, day by day, and that they're not getting better. And I don't know. Other than that, things are going good. I'm doing a bunch of my school assignments. I'm gonna go see the homie Caden tomorrow. I'm gonna get to spend time. I'm not gonna have a chat video tomorrow because of that, but I'm gonna go see my homie Caden tomorrow for his girlfriend's birthday. I don't know if I'll stay there or we'll hang out or what, but we'll see. I just I'm just so frustrated. I truly am angry about this because I've been seeing more and more criminal activity just all over the past couple of years, and it's not getting any better. These stupid liberal ideologies like anti-gun laws and trash is not helping. You know who doesn't care about the law? Criminals. So why would criminals give a shit about gun control? If you could answer that question for me in the comments, I'd appreciate it. But I truly don't think you can. Criminals don't care already. You think they're going to care about gun control? You think they're going to care about, there's only one good gun control law. Two, I'd say 2 good gun control laws. And that is felons can't have guns, which they're still going to try and get them because they're worthless trash criminals. And then on top of that, red flag laws. I think red flag laws are fine if you're having a mental breakdown and, the police come by and they're like, hey man, something's wrong. We need to take this for a limited period of time to make sure you're not going to go crazy on people. And even then, I think red flag laws are a little overbearing, but they're better than nothing. It's embarrassing to see. I wish we were more like Florida. I wish we had Grady Judge in Colorado, just crushing the criminals, making them live in fear, ripping on them, treating them like trash, because that's what they are. Criminals are garbage. And I don't know if YouTube is gonna be polite to me for this. It might see it as like anger speech or some bullshit. But I truly hate criminals. I don't see any point in keeping them around. And I hope we get rid of them all. Every last worthless one of them. And unless you're a petty criminal or unless you're doing financial crime, you don't deserve to be here anymore. That's how I feel. Uh, Otherwise, It's been calm here. My back, I slept on my side. Every time I sleep on my side, it throws my back out of whack, which is super annoying. But other than that, everything's been going good. Yeah, I don't know. I think things are fine. It's just truly there's just a few disappointing things that I see, and I don't know. Oh, I did it first try. Let's go. Let's go, parkour master. The sexiest parkour master there ever was. I completely I'm actually kind of impressed I hit that jump the first time. Normally it takes at least two or three tries to get up in that tower, but hey, I'll take a jump. That's good. These towers, by the way, these towers are so nice. They give you, even though I'm not running extra magic right now, they give you another magical slot for a spell, which is such a good bonus. It's the second best bonus you can get in the game. I think above more health and health recovery, but it's right below talisman pouches. The talisman pouches are where I'm really pissed off that the DLC didn't give you a fifth talisman pouch. That would have been just the final little blessing on top of the wonderful DLC. Because I thought we were gonna get another one. I thought that was gonna be a nice little bonus from it, but no, we didn't get another talisman, and that's fine. I'm not frustrated at all. You totally didn't miss an opportunity there to make your character even more powerful and stronger. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just extremely frustrated with how we're dealing with the criminal underclass of our society, and and it's just such a shame. Truly, if back when people used to take their kids to the public hanging of mass murderers and terrorists, kids learned today that they shouldn't fuck around because when you fuck around too much, you're gonna find out real quick. And it's just, I don't know. It's such a shame. It's such a complete and utter shame. Let's see. We already did everything up here. We're gonna go back down, and we're gonna go up to that church, up the hill this way, so we can get more bonus health from each heal. And after that, we'll be good because that'll be a nice bonus on the health bar that I've already been kind of double bonused on. Dead, dead. Fuck. You're lucky I can't backstab a dog. But yeah, that'll probably be where we'll end it. Actually, you know what? Hold on, I gotta go do something right now, so we're gonna probably end it here for the good chat today. But let me know what you think in the comments. Why do we treat criminals so well and treat the common man like trash? Why don't we force these criminals to repay their debts to society or punish them so severely that they can't even imagine committing crime against the common man or harming people again? And yeah, with that, that'll be the end of this one. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Don't be a fucking hold on. Thank you. Do not be a criminal. If you are a criminal, I hope that the government cracks down on you. I hope the police crack down on you, and I hope you suffer because you don't deserve to be here, especially if you're harming our citizens. Especially if you're harming our citizens. And with that, have a good one.